If you're looking for gas-free, reliable power on the go or in an emergency situation, this might be exactly what you need. Or if you're like me, I'm a professional car detailer and I do most of my jobs mobile, meaning I'm out at the customer's house and I usually bring my own power in form of a generator, a gas-powered generator. Well, this thing provides all the power that I need to get the job done with zero noise and zero fumes, no gas fumes. Now, a lot of times I operate out of my van. I have a truck and a van. Now, when I'm operating out of my van, I have the exhaust of my generator blowing out the back of the van to keep it nice and fresh. However, no matter how much I try to reduce the chance of fumes in the vehicle, it is inevitable. I always have the inside of my van smelling like gas. Not healthy for me. I feel like it's dangerous, and I've been looking for a good solution for that, and I think this is it. This is the Oupes 2400w portable power station. This is battery powered. You can charge it by solar, by car, or just your traditional plug-in. And I have to tell you guys, it's fantastic. Now, I reviewed a similar power station in the past, and I like this one much more because it has more output capacity. So I'm actually able to power things that I wasn't able to power with the other unit. And this has a much larger lifespan. So the other one, I can't remember, I think it was an 800 life cycle, meaning charging from 0 up to 80%. You could do that 800 times. That was the life cycle of the power station. This one, 3,500 cycles. So it's gonna get the job done for a very, very long time. Even if you're using it every day, doing a full depletion and charging it back up, it should last you, what is that, 10 years essentially, which is extremely impressive. Now, before we get into my personal use case on how I use this as a mobile detailer, I'm gonna tell you just some of the basic specifics of this thing. I have some notes here. It comes with a 2-year warranty. It is approximately 45 pounds, so it's not a lightweight, but it's not excessively heavy. You can definitely move it, no problem. They have these nice handles right on top built in, so you're good to go there. Approximately 16.5 inches by 10.5 inches by 12.5 inches. So again, guys, for me, with this, it's a small footprint compared to a traditional generator. If you wanted to compare this to about a 2,000 watt generator, they're actually pretty close to size when you're looking at like the Honda quiet generators and things like that. Relatively close, but this is definitely a little bit smaller. But like I said, you do have the added benefit of this thing being completely quiet and no fumes. So we're rated at 2,400 watts of continuous use and 4,000 watts of surge. So especially with some of the higher powered items that you may be trying to power from this power station, that's a lot of powers, but so when trying to power something that has a really high draw and you're trying to use it with this power station, again, up to 4,000, this is where I was talking about. There was a pressure washer in the past video where I did on a power station. It couldn't power it. That pressure washer runs at about 19 amps and 120 watts. It was like continuous at like 20, just over 2,000 watts. So it couldn't handle it. This one can. Now, as far as charging this goes, you can do it with solar panels. You can do it from the car. For me, I use a traditional plug in my house or in my shop here to plug this thing in and charge it up. And they advertise 6 hours. For me, I tested it from 0 to 60%, took me about 3 hours, and then to full capacity, fully charged, was about 5 hours and 45 minutes. So very, very true to that 6 hour mark. Now, just an interesting note here is that when you do power it, it actually has 2 ports that you can use to power it faster, right? To get to that 6 hour charge time to full capacity. So you just flip this up here and you can tell there's 2 ports. They actually give you 2 different chargers. You plug them in, plug both of them in at the same time, and it gets to work and gets charging. That was interesting to me. I didn't know why they couldn't just put it all into one, but then I was thinking maybe having 2 of them with a slower trickle charge type of a scenario into this thing is what's giving it that longer 3,500 cycle lifespan. I don't know that for sure, just something interesting. It does take 2 to charge it from your normal outlet. Now, right on the front here, you see you do have some DC ports for all your electronics and things like that. You also have this 12 volt plug over here. And then you also have 5 traditional AC ports. And this is a very cool feature as well. This does have the ground included in it. The other unit I reviewed did not have a ground specifically set up for it. This one does. As you can see, it's pure sine wave, 100 to 120 volt, 2,400 watts. Power button right on the front. As you can see, it is powered up. It means this is flashing. You can go ahead and turn it on. And it's gonna bring up what the battery capacity is left of this thing. Now, I've been out detailing with this thing today. I just did 2 customers' cars. They weren't full-blown details or anything like that. Mostly just maintenance clients. They were washes with interior vacuums and things like that. Blowing the vehicle dry also with a portable hand dryer, which takes a lot of power. I got both cars done. I still have 56% left on the battery on this, so you can definitely get a lot of work done. Now, in order to get the AC ports going, you just hit the AC button, boom, and then it tells you how much life, how many hours you have left, and how much power is being used. So this is adjusting because I'm at 56%. I have 25 hours left just with nothing going on. But if you plug it in, it'll tell you how much life you have left for that specific thing that is plugged in. So let's go ahead and do a test with that really quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug in a big shop vac. This is a, let's see here. So I'm gonna plug this guy in here. I can't remember what the actual horsepower of this thing is. It's either 5, 5.5, or 6, but it's a big unit. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and fire it on, and then this will adjust to let you know how much life you have left. So that you can see the amount of draw that it's pulling, and I have 1 hour of runtime for this vacuum. So that's fantastic, right? Even at 56%, I still have an hour of runtime, and it's not exactly precise, right? It might be a little over an hour, but they also have this ring around, and those equate too. As those are dying out, obviously the less amount of bars you have, the less power you have left in the battery bank. But still, like I said, I'm using a pressure washer and a very, very high wattage one. This is my AR630 total stop. This thing draws a ton of power. Again, even a 2,000 watt generator can't typically handle this thing because the surge at startup is so high. This thing can handle it. It does take a little bit of a warm up. When I first turn it on, you'll hear the machine buzz. My pressure washer, it'll just buzz and get ready. As this builds up, it'll build up the water, it'll build up the output, and then all of a sudden, boom, pressure washer fires on. I'm able to work gas-free completely. I love this thing. It's actually fantastic. Now, some other added benefits to this, like I showed you all the ports on the front, you do have the handles right on top so you can carry it, flip it around. Again, in case of an emergency, bam, you also have a light on it as well. So if you're in a power outage or whatever else, this is here for you. And not only is it a light, but it has 3 modes. You can see there's just the normal one that I just showed you. You click it again, goes higher, and then we also have a flashing mode right there. So again, guys, the most important thing for me was that it had enough power to power the most crazy thing that I have in my detailing arsenal, right? That pressure washer takes a lot of power. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the stats that they have on their website, just for your normal everyday, or not everyday, but your emergency use case, if there's a power outage or something like that. And this is right on their website. So you can recharge a phone 155 times, a laptop 30 times, an electric grill, which obviously an electric grill pulls a lot of power. You can power that thing for 1.3 hours, which is fantastic. A microwave, 2.7 hours, a refrigerator, 17 to 30 hours. Even an air conditioning unit that's rated for, what is this thing, 8,000 BTUs, which is a good size air conditioning unit, at least a portable one, 4 to 8 hours. So very, very strong capacity of power here. Again, in a nice small footprint, and the most important thing to me, guys, is I love my generators, I do. But especially when I'm on my van, it's not a viable option for me anymore. The overwhelming scent of the fumes. I get home to my wife, I get out of the van, she goes, man, you smell like gasoline. And it's purely from the fumes. Not good, I don't wanna be bringing that in. This thing is a perfect solution for that. Now, full transparency, guys, Oupes did send this to me, but this is a 100% genuine, pure review. If there's something that isn't good, I'm not gonna tell you guys that it's good. Absolutely not. Being clear and transparent to all of you is my #1 priority. So with that said, I do want you to know that they did send this to me for free to test out. Whenever companies send something to me, I always tell them, yeah, send it my way. If I like it, I will make a review for you guys. If I don't like it, I'm just not gonna make a review. I don't typically like to talk negatively about things, specifically if there's not something that I can highlight in a good way. But this thing absolutely is fantastic. The fact that it can power that pressure washer, right away I was blown away by it because none of the other ones could. Now with that, guys, if you do want to get one of these things, they did offer a discount code for all of you. It's just JOSHOFF10 for 10% off. And that'll be 10% off their entire website or 10% off this model exclusively on Amazon. So I'll link all that stuff in the description for you guys. If you do need something like this, I think this is a great option for all you mobile detailers that are working out of a car and don't want to always have to rely on plugging into the customer's power. Having this as a backup would be fantastic. Now they do also have one other unit that's even higher power. It's called the Mega 5 or something like that. I was just doing some research on their website. Mega 5, and I think it's a 3,600 watt. That's probably going to be the ideal setup for a professional detailer. This for sure can get through a complete detail on its own. At least for me, because I do use a battery powered polisher, so I wouldn't have to be powering that from this. But a few washes, I've done 4 cars, just 4 washes, exterior wash, foam, rinse, interior vacuum, and blow dry with this thing. So you can definitely get through a day's work, but if you want something where you're not gonna have to worry about it at all, check out that Mega 5. I'm hoping I'm gonna try and get my hands on that to do a review as well, because I think that could be really cool. But this is kind of that sweet spot. I think 2400 watts, it's gonna power everything you need it to and get you through the day. So that's it for today's video. I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. I think it's a very, very, very cool tool. Again, for me, in my van, this is what's in there now. I can't stand the smell of all the fumes from my generator. So this thing's fantastic. This is what I'm using in my van. In my truck, I still have a generator currently because it's in the back. I'm separate from it while I'm driving. No problem there. But yeah, this thing I'm very, very impressed with. So that's it for today's video. Please make sure to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.